everybody from here in our kitchen. And it's great to see so many kids out there today. How you doing, Hannah and Victoria and Adam and Courtney? And let's not forget Hank and Joey and Ara and Orson and Eddie and Ethan and Daniel and Alex. The list is going on and on. There's Emily and Lucas, and there's Luigi and Gabriella and Luca. And we welcome all the other kids that are joining us. I just wanted to talk to you about what happened yesterday. I was working at the table, and all of a sudden, our dog, our hound dog, she likes to go onto our second floor and lie in the sun that comes through on our skylight. And she was up there sound asleep when she bolted upright, ran down the stairs, ran straight to the window, and was barking and barking and barking and barking. And I thought, oh my goodness. Usually when she does that, that's because there's a rabbit sits out on our front lawn, and she just wants to make sure that the rabbit knows that she's around. But this was different this time because she was actually pawing at the window. So I got up and I walked over, and there was a cat, a white and orange cat. And it looked up at me and it looked over at our dog, and it just shook its head like, you guys, na boo boo, I'm outside and you can't get me. And then all of a sudden, it ran under our front step. I thought, oh, this is great. I have a cat living under my front step. So I put the dog in the crate and I went outside to try and coax the cat out from under her step. The cat just sat there, looked at me and said, nope, you can't make me get out from underneath this step. So I came back inside and I waited and I waited. And I went out again and I thought, I don't see the cat. So the cat's left. I thought this was a good thing. Well, there was a knock on the door, and this person said, have you seen my cat? It got out. I said, was it an orange and white cat? They said, yep. I said, well, I think it's underneath my step. So they said, well, wait a minute. We got just the thing. So they ran home, came back with this packet of cat food. And the funniest thing happened. They bent over near the edge of that step, they shook that cat food, and bang, that cat came right out from underneath the step. And I thought to myself, well, that's one foolish cat, because 1 minute it doesn't want to leave underneath the step, and the next minute, boom, right goes after the food. And that got to me thinking, I found a great book which talks about two foolish cats. And it's been by Anna Trail and Jonathan Trollen. Two Foolish Cats, and it's published by the Ginn Publishing Company, and we give thanks that they let us read this on the internet. So let's read about two foolish cats, shall we? Once upon a time, there were two cats who lived in the hills in Japan. One was a very large tiger cat, and the other a small tabby cat. They were good friends until one day, when they were walking over the hills, they each found a newly baked rice cake. Look at those rice cakes. They look pretty yummy. Hey, don't they look pretty yummy? I've never had a rice cake. The tiger cat sniffed the rice cake and purred contentedly. Look what I have found. This is the most delicious looking rice cake I have ever seen. The tabby cat, holding up his rice cake proudly, said, yes, but look at mine. It looks more delicious than yours. It's even more delicious than a plump field mouse and much bigger than yours. Okay, doodle. So the small tabby cat has a big rice cake and the big tiger cat has a small rice cake. Oh, I think this is going to lead to some trouble. The two cats sat by the side of the road to compare their rice cakes. They found that the little cat's rice cake was much bigger than the big cat's rice cake. Uh-oh. The tiger cat, filled with importance, said, that's not fair. I'm much bigger than you are, so I shall have the bigger rice cake. Here, let's trade. What do you think the tabby cat's going to say? Growling and showing its teeth. Oh, no, thank you. Because I'm small, I need more food than you do, so that I can grow as big as you. I will not trade. The tiger cat, beginning to lose his temper, said, if you won't trade with me, I'll fight you for it. Ooh, I don't like that. The tabby cat said, just you try. I may be smaller than you, but I'm just as tough. I found this rice cake and I'm keeping it. The narrator said, the two cats argued and argued. They hissed and howled for hours and hours. Well, that doesn't sound good. The tiger cat said, "This will never do. We could go on arguing forever. I know the wise monkey of the forest. Let's go see him and ask him to decide what is right and fair for both of us." The tabby cat said, "Very well. If we don't stop arguing soon, our delicious rice cakes will soon be hard and stale." So the two cats went off into the woods to search for the monkey. So there they go off down the road. And there they are, the big tiger cat and the little tabby cat. The tiger cat and the tabby cat began calling out loudly, Mr. Monkey, where are you? We need you to help us decide what is right and fair. Mr. Monkey. Suddenly there was a voice from above that rang out, I hear you. How can I help you? The tiger cat and the tabby cat said together, Oh, Mr. Monkey, wise Mr. Monkey, we need you to help us decide what is right and fair. Mr. Monkey said, I shall certainly do my best. What's the problem? See, there's the monkey up in the tree there, eh? And there's the two cats. They're thinking, okay, let's see if Mr. Monkey can make the big decision. The tabby cat said, we found these two rice cakes. I found the bigger rice cake. The tiger cat said, I found the smaller cake, but because I'm bigger, I should have the bigger rice cake. Surely that is fair, Mr. Monkey. The tabby cat said, No, that isn't fair. I should have the bigger rice cake. I'm small and I need more food. So what do you think the monkey's going to say? Oh, I see. You were so right to ask me. The answer is simple. You must each have a rice cake of exactly the same size, and I know exactly how to help you. I wonder what that's going to be. The cats nodded and smiled. Mr. Monkey placed the rice cakes on the scales. Now I see why you argued. One rice cake is much heavier than the other. Oh, this will never do. This will never do. Mr. Monkey took a bite from the larger rice cake. Now, that should make things equal. So there's the scales and there's the rice cakes. The monkey's taking a big bite out of the rice cake. And let's see what happens. You think it's going to be equal? I don't know. He placed the rice cakes back on the scales again. But the monkey had bitten such a big bite that now the smaller rice cake was too heavy. Oh no. Oh, this will never do, said Mr. Monkey. Then Mr. Monkey took a bite from the smaller rice cake. But again, he had taken such a big bite and much more bigger, and the larger rice cake now was too heavy. Oh dear, said Mr. Monkey. This will never do. So he takes a bite again of the larger rice cake. The tiger cat looked worried. Mr. Monkey, I'm sure they must be equal by now. But again, Mr. Monkey had taken such a big bite from the large rice cake that the smaller rice cake was now too heavy. Oh no, what's going to happen? The tabby cat said, please, don't trouble yourself any further, Mr. Monkey. We really shouldn't have bothered you with such a trifle thing. Mr. Monkey said, oh no, it was no bother at all. And he takes another bite from the smaller rice cake. Mr. Monkey went on weighing and biting, until he'd eaten up both the rice cakes. Then he looked at the two cats. Oh no, he's eaten both of them up. There's not even a crumb left over. And look at the two cats look at each other. Oh no. Mr. Monkey said, well, and he licked his lips. I said I could help you, and I hope I have. Now you have nothing at all to argue about. Well, he's right, isn't he? And with a quick flick of his tail, Mr. Monkey went off into the woods. There he goes. He's just picked up his scales, and look at the two cats. They look so worried. Oh my goodness. Tiger Cat looked extremely unhappy.
Oh, that cunning Mr. Monkey. He's eaten both our rice cakes. And the Tabby Cat, also extremely unhappy, and hasn't even left us a crumb. Not a crumb, said Mr. Tagger. The Tagger and the Taggy Cat are, roar! We've been tricked. How foolish we are, how foolish we are. Look at the big tears coming down their cheeks. My goodness. Let's see how this ends. Tagger Cat and Tabby Cat said, we're two foolish, silly, hungry cats. And they went off down the road empty-handed and hungry. And from that day on, they never argued again. Quite the book, eh? About two foolish cats and a bunch of rice cakes. And I think of that cat that was underneath our step. He was pretty foolish, but he sure got the cat food in the end, didn't he? And he's no longer under my step, which is a good thing. So I hope you have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye from the kitchen.